Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk to you about emotional eating because this is something that a lot of us suffer from. We all, at some point or another, have overeaten because of our emotions. And so that is what I really want to speak to today. But before I get into the strategies to help you overcome emotional eating, the first thing I want you to be aware of is that your habits and your actions and your thoughts around food do not define who you are as a human being. And that's kind of the prerequisite before you start implementing strategies to help you overcome this way of eating. You need to be aware that your thoughts, your actions, your habits around food do not define who you are, because so many people are not aware that there is neuronal signaling going on in our brains when we eat food. So food is associated with dopamine and serotonin. Those are known as the happy hormones. So when we eat, we feel good. And so when we're stressed, when we're having these negative emotions, we want to feel better. And our brain immediately wants us to feel better. So it tells us to go eat. And a lot of people don't realize that's what's going on in your brain. But we're also surrounded by cues to eat all the time, from sights to smells, to words. We are given cues to eat, right? So food is accessible, it's everywhere, we smell it all the time. And so our brains are in a constant mode to want to eat. So there are very specific reasons why we overeat. But the first thing before you start on strategies is to know that your actions, thoughts, and habits around food do not define who you are. So today I'm going to give you one tip, one strategy on how to overcome emotional eating. And then the last two tips, I'm going to send you over to my podcast, and that is Bridges to Barbells Radio, and that's with the number 2. And this is going to be episode number 44, How to Overcome Emotional Eating. But right now I'm going to give you a strategy number 1, and that is to develop awareness around what triggers your emotional eating. So before we can start working on overcoming emotional eating and implementing strategies, we have to first become aware of when and why we do it. What is the trigger? What is the time of day? Is there a certain person that's connected to it? If we're not developing an awareness of why we overeat or what triggers us, then we can't work to replace that habit, right? So today I'm going to give you a free resource. If you'll head over to my blog at bridgestobarbells.com/blog. There you can look at the latest blog post, and I have a document at the bottom called Behavior Awareness Document. So you're going to download that, and the next time that you overeat, and then that's probably going to happen, right? The next time you overeat, that's okay, first of all, but I want you to start to document what's going on in those moments. Who are you with? What time of day is it? What are you feeling? What just happened? What happened earlier in the day? So there's things for you to fill out when you overeat. And a key here is that you have to allow yourself permission to overeat. You're doing it right now, regardless. If you're watching this video, you struggle with emotional eating. So you're already doing it. And right now, I'm going to give you permission to keep doing it for now so that you can act like a scientist and document what's going on so that we can get a clear picture of why. What are your triggers? So go to my blog right now, bridgestobarbells.com/blog. Look at the latest post, go to the bottom of the post and download the behavior awareness document. And that is the first strategy. So for the next 2 strategies, I want you to head over to my podcast, Bridges to Barbells Radio, wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon, and listen to episode number 44. I give you 2 more tips on how to overcome emotional eating. And then next week, I'm going to do a part 2 of how to overcome emotional eating. So go right now to the blog, download that behavior awareness sheet, and then head over to Bridges to Barbells Radio and listen to the last 2 strategies.